box, and I'm so excited because they're so fun to work with. And I made this cute little snowman box. We're gonna go through the steps and talk about how to make that. You can get our pearl paints. We have like 14 colors available at Hobby Lobby, and you can get it at Hobby Lobby or on their online store. Yeah, hopefully you'll try it out. So we'll just get right into it. Okay, so I made this little guy out of several things. Just like a paper mache box, you know, and just a regular plastic ornament. You could use like a paper mache ball or anything round, and you know, you want to get the sizes appropriately to each other. And just some craft foam. There's a scrap sheet. It's just that thin, flexible craft foam that I made the little hat with. And I'll show you how I did that. So the first thing I'm going to do, and all these patterns and instructions will be on our website probably like next week. So if you miss anything, you'll be able to check those out too. So here's my box. So what I did for the little hat, and you can see that it's glued on now, but it's really simple to make. I did a little pattern, like one larger circle, one smaller circle, the body of the hat, and then like a connector piece. Show that to you. And then I just cut them out and I traced them on the foam. And this is really easy to cut. It's kind of like butter. It's really fun to cut into, so you'll have fun with that. And I already have some cut out to show you. I'm going to start, move that over there. So the connector piece for the body of the hat, you want to just put some hot glue. You're going to need some tools, hot glue, scissors, the basics. An X-Acto knife is really helpful. You'll need that for cutting holes. You can see that just helps hold the body of your hat together. And then you just put, oh, I'm doing hot glue with my left hand. That's dangerous. That was a lot, but you just kind of fit it together. And it's okay if you have some little bit of glooping out, because really you can just smooth it down if you're brave with your finger. There you go. You just hold that. Mine's really hot. I don't know if you need it that hot to make it glue together, but you just hold it till it's cool. And then that's the body of your hat, and that didn't take long at all. And then for your top, you just glue the top on. I don't know if I need to show you. See, it's just like a really simple assembly, like that. And so then what I like to do is base coat. When you have different types of materials, just base coat in like an Americana titanium white, just a nice even coat for all the colors. And that's what I did with this, and I'll show you. I like to use this oval brush for base coating. It's just a nice, you want soft brushes. They're going to put on a nice even coverage. So then I'll show you what this pearl paint, you can see the pearlescent. This pearl paint is just has this beautiful shimmer, and it's great for projects like this, especially, you know, winter projects. This is a cute little winter project, but I've used it with spring projects and many other types of things. Just gives you that pearlescent look. And I'll show you how it paints on compared. You have that regular matte finish, and then you're going to paint on our pearl paints. You can see you just get that nice, I mean, obviously it's still wet, but it still has that nice shimmer even when it's dry. I like to brush, when I'm filling up a surface, I'll probably go one way, and then for my final coat, or brush stroke, sorry, I'll just go in one direction just to make it even. And then that'll give you that nice smooth surface to work on. So the next thing you want to do, I worked all the pieces separately. That way, at the end, I just glued everything together, and that way you don't have to worry about getting paint where it shouldn't be and all of that. So now I have provided the patterns. Like I said, it'll be available on our website next week with the project. But you can absolutely freehand it. You know, just kind of look at you can do any kind of snowflake you want to do. I just kind of made some up, so if you wanted to freehand some or use your favorite patterns, you could totally do that. So then the next thing that I would like to do is get this wet paint out of the way, making a mess. On the top, now it depends on what kind of round piece you get for your ornament, but mine has this little lip here. So I wanted to make that set flush to the lid. So basically all you have to do is just trace around that opening. You want to get it in the center. I didn't really, well, that's pretty good for eyeing it. And this is what the X-Acto knife is good for. You can really just get in there and cut that hole out. And it doesn't have to be perfect, like I said, because the ornament is going to be sitting flush on it when you hot glue it. You get the idea. Obviously, you can be neater if you want, but no, then you just check to see if it fits. As long as it fits, it works. Not fit too well. Okay, and then the next thing, like here, I have this snowman pattern. Like I said, I'm working in parts. So I just kind of freehanded this on here, but the pattern for that is on here. And it's just, you know, lines going out. You know, the little snowflake arms. I found that when I was painting it, my lines were a little neater than when I was drawing it. But you can always go back at the end and erase any lines that aren't, you know, that are sticking out and they're not painted. I'll show you some in this box. I keep sticking my finger in the wet paint. You can see on here that I have this blue snowflake that I was going to do, like on this side. And I'll show you that one. And what type of brush I like to use for that. So I like to use like a very thin liner brush for doing that line work. And I like to dip it in the water first. And you kind of just wipe it off. And then you dip it in your paint. And kind of roll it around. You don't want a big glob on there, but just kind of paint it. Some of the colors, just because the liner brush kind of scoops the paint, you might want to, you know, just touch it up once it dries, just if you have a little bit of paint. But, you know, it doesn't have to be perfect. That's what gives it the handmade look. And then if you want to add a little bit of paint at the end, you can do your little dots at the end of the arms. And that gives you the idea of that. There's that. And I just continued on with the other shapes and other colors. I used desert turquoise for the blue. The purple cow, which is a fun name for the purple. The coral, which is a nice light orange color for this color. And then I used, I'll show you some of the face that I started. The orange is a bright orange. And then our baby pink. And then added a pop of yellow with that bright yellow. And you can see that on the hat, I've just continued doing our little stripe pattern with all the colors. And around the lid, also used gray, slate gray. So there's that. So then I wanted to add a little pop of black, which is it's a lamp black. It's not like a really deep black, it's more like a charcoal. It's really nice. And it's got a really nice shimmer. And I use that for some of the detail work, as you can see, like little dots and like little black snowflakes in the top of the hat and the line work. I'll show you some of those. It's basically the same thing with your liner brush. Just draw on. Now I liked to place pencil marks where I wanted my dots as well, because I just used the end of a paintbrush to dot those. Like I said, you can go back and erase. I don't know if you can see my pencil marks, but you can go back and erase those if you don't want them. I just thought the black added a little bit of, you know, made everything pop a little bit more, just having that little dot of black in the center. Okay, so then make it to this. And then the other brush that I like to use is a really soft flat brush. These are our gloss enamel brushes, but any soft flat brush is good to paint these. I'll show you on the lid. The stripes with the color. I like getting a nice amount on there. If you can see, it just goes on very nice. And if you're just joining us, we're using our pearl paints, and they have a great shimmer and pearlescent quality to them. I think I put a little too much. You can see that. It's hard to hold it up and paint upside down. Like I said, I like to go one direction, and then if you let it dry, and you can go back another direction if you need to put on a second coat. So then, you know, for our face, we also have a pattern. And then, you know, again, you can use whatever face you want if you want to make up your own or switch it up a little bit with colors. But I started painting the little face so you can see it. I have the little mouth going there on my liner brush. I just freehanded the mouth, but it's on the pattern. It's just 2 dots and then the connector. You can make it bigger if you don't. And then some little black details again for like the nose. Just gives you some nice definition there for your shapes. Okay, there's that. So I think that, let's see. So then, like I said, I'm gonna turn this over and show you what I did here. You just stick just glue from this side, that way you don't have the big glob of glue on the other side once you get everything painted. And I'll show you on this one. You just stick it in. You get it exactly where you want it, like in the center. Make sure it doesn't spin around while you're gluing. And you just glue around that edge. Now, this little box is cute for decoration, but you could use it for, you know, a gift box or to hold items. And so you just let it cool completely before, you know, you start moving it around. But I'm not going to do that because... And then for your hat, it's the same thing, you know, once it's glued all together and it's painted. And this craft foam, I did base it with the Americana as well, and then just went over it with the pearl paints. And it paints beautifully, so, you know, I hope you use that idea for other projects as well. But it glues nice because you can kind of form this to have a little dip in it before you glue, and it fits that round shape really nicely. So there's that. And then for the final touch, there's a little snowflake on the hat. And what I did for that is on an extra little piece of foam, I just drew one of the snowflakes. And then you just cut around your drawing, you know, you're not making it too thin because you want to leave some weight to it so it doesn't get too flimsy. Just cut around like that. And what's nice, because when you turn it over, you have that nice beveled edge to your cut. Because you can see where I drew this one. And I flipped it over and I did a coat of the white pearl. And then I just glued it on the hat with a little dot of hot glue. So that's pretty much our little guy. That was kind of a fast tutorial, but I hope y'all, I mean, it's a really simple project, and you know, I think you get a cute effect with minimal work, so that's the best deal. And again, check out Hobby Lobby's website and in the stores to check out our pearl paints. There's 14 different colors. I've got them all mixed up now, but you can see there's a lot of beautiful colors, so many options for your projects. And also, I want to mention to check out our Art for Everyone on DecoArt's website, DecoArt.com, and you click on the Learn tab, and there's all kinds of tutorials and fun things on there for you guys. So I hope you check it out, and thanks for joining me. Have fun!